Indian table tennis icon Sharath Kamal is gearing up for a historic finale. After 4 Olympic appearances, Paris 2024 marks his final shot at the coveted medal. Kamal, fueled by unwavering determination, is ready to etch his name in Olympic glory. This is it, Sharath declared in a recent interview with NNI Sports. This is my last chance to make the podium and I'm giving it everything I've got. Tokyo 2020 marked a turning point, securing spots in both singles and mixed doubles, and for the first time ever, the Indian team qualified for the prestigious team event. It's a massive shift, he explains, but the biggest difference? Paris will be my swan song. LA 2028 isn't on the horizon.
Until Tokyo, the three Olympics that I played, Athens, Beijing, and Rio, I had qualified for the singles. So, and in Tokyo, I qualified for the singles and the mixed doubles. And this is the first time we're qualifying for the team. So already that is a big difference. And the major difference will be this will be my last Olympic Games, because I'm not looking at LA 2028. I'll be slowing down my appearances with the national team on the international circuit. I'll slowly look into other aspects where I can support the sport into. So this being my last Olympic Games, I have a shot at everybody, any sports person. Their biggest goal would be to win an Olympic medal. So here I am with the opportunity with the team qualification for Paris Olympic Games, and hopefully we make it through in Paris 2024.
Indian table tennis just made history. Both the men's and women's teams secured their spots at the Paris Olympics, marking a first ever for the nation in the team events. While they couldn't grab the qualification directly at the World Championships, their stellar world rankings did the trick, propelling them onto the Olympic stage. The historic feat was met with unbridled joy from Sharath.
This has been something which I've been dreaming about for the last 3 to 4 Olympic Games. We were very close, especially both the men's side and the women's side for Tokyo 2020, but we lost out on the last round there. So the primary goal for the last 2 years for me was to make it in the team championships at the Olympic Games. Was that gives us a good perspective to look at, because only 16 teams qualify. So with a win, we are into the quarterfinal round, and you never know, once you're into the quarterfinals, probably you get a shot at the medal also. So we all worked collectively towards this goal, and also at the same time, once we qualify for the team, we have also 5 to 6 months to prepare for the Olympic Games, so we can actually chalk down our plan and be at the best shape possible at the Paris Olympic Games. Yes, otherwise I wouldn't win 3 gold medals and 1 silver medal when I was 40 years old at the Commonwealth Games, and I go on to win the Khel Ratna award too. So I can see that sports science is helping the athletes understand and grow with age. And while we keep our experience sharp, we are also able to keep both our body and mind in the right direction, working in the right direction to help us perform at the peak, even at ages which we always thought it's time to retire. Especially there's this stereotyping of older players saying that it's time to retire, but then now when you look at across sports, let it be tennis, let it be table tennis, cricket, football, you have Sunil Chetri, you have MS Dhoni, you have Virat Kohli. Then in tennis, you have Rohan Bopanna, or the big Roger Federer, Nadal. All of them, they played beyond an age where we always used to think that it was time to retire. But now, thanks to sports science, we're able to understand what our body requires. How do I peak at the right time? What are the things that I need to take care in the preparation? How my diet should be? How many hours of sleep do I need? So all this is helping us prolong our career. Again, yeah, as I said, qualification on the team now puts us in a very fantastic spot. The positioning of Indian table tennis is very good for any kind of funds that has to be raised by the federation, or even to ask this central government side or the Ministry of MIAS to help us increase on the budget so that we can improve. So now that we've qualified for the Olympic Games of the teams, so we can show that from here on we have to look at getting that medal. And for that you need a good position of the sport, and that is something which we have been able to achieve now. And the Table Tennis Federation of India will be able to position themselves in a good situation to help the game progress further on from here. Yeah, 2003 was my first World Championships at Paris. Actually, that was also in Paris. So yeah, back then sport was a mere hobby or a passion that people used to play for. The players were not treated as professionals back then. Even though we were training professionally, we were doing everything professionally. There was no industry as such. There was no awareness into how sports persons would behave and deal with in that time and situation at that point in time. But for us now, over the years, sport has come a long way. It's become an industry, and we are more professional. We are more professionally treated, and we are able to have a good living just by playing sport. So I think the mindset has changed. The way the government has invested into sport is phenomenal. Both the central government and my state government, one of the state governments who have been very, very active uh, in supporting sport. So the outlook towards sport is has changed very much. It's become more professional, and from here on, I can only see it going up and in the right trend, because from here on we could look at hosting. India has the bid for 2036 Olympic Games, and the Youth Olympic Games. So once all those kind of events come in, I think India will become a strong sporting nation. 4 to 5 months, we primarily are looking at least for me, I'm primarily looking at a lot of training, both in Europe and in Asia. Asia as such, it'll be, I'm looking at China and Korea. And in Europe, I personally would like to go into Germany and France. France also because of the pre games, when you try to play in the same weather and temperature and stuff. So these will be the four places that I would like to train in the next 4 to 5 months.